The birds of Michigan State University are constantly in close proximity to humans because MSU is an urban environment, altering their harm avoidance and risk-taking behaviors to the point that it harms their chances of survival in an off-campus or rural environment. Harm avoidance was measured by how long it took the birds to return to the feeders after a disruptive event occurred. At Fenner Nature Center, the birds have minimal human interaction and are hardly ever in close proximity to humans, making it an ideal rural environment. This allowed for the effects Michigan State University had on the birds' risk-taking behavior and harm avoidance tendencies to be shown. Harm avoidance was also measured by how long it took for the birds to return to the feeders after a disruptive event occurred.
The birds at Michigan State University had taken approximately 32.33 seconds to return to the feeder, and the birds at Fenner Nature Center had taken approximately 72.33 seconds to return to the feeder after they were intentionally scared off and later determined that it was safe to return.
Two genes, DAT1 and DRD2, deal with harm avoidance and risk-taking behaviors in humans. Both these genes utilize serotonin pathways in the brain. Low amounts of serotonin are correlated with less harm avoidance. There is a 5-HT receptor that exists in both humans and birds that also controls the same serotonin pathways and deals with aggression and risk-taking behaviors in both birds and humans. These are some examples of what we observed as reckless biking that was imposed on humans living both on and off of Michigan State University's campus.
The humans at Michigan State University tended to show no response towards an aggressive biker, whereas the humans at Fenner Nature Center were more likely to flee.
So, unknown biker, how did it feel to bike through the people?
I mean, like, wasn't any different than when I was regularly biking, you know? I just kind of biking.
Did you feel like anybody was glaring at you? Did you feel unsafe at any point in time?
Not really. Felt like people just didn't care, you know?
Yeah. After this experiment, do you feel like you'll bike any differently?
Probably not. You gotta get to places fast.
The Michigan State birds returned faster than the Fenner Park birds to a potentially dangerous area. It is safe to conclude that it is the urban environment which has caused the MSU birds to become less cautious of their surroundings. On the other hand, the MSU students didn't even care about a threatening biker, whereas the Fenner Park residents were quite startled. That's because the Michigan State students are so used to this type of activity. Now you know why we're so reckless when crossing the street.
As you can see, the false sense of security gained by living on Michigan State University's campus has affected the behavior of both its birds and its students. It's important to be aware of these changes because it affects not only the birds' survival rates, but it affects the types of genes and traits that are passed down because of the birds that survive best here. It's also important to be aware of these changes because it affects us students. It makes us realize how reckless that we really get because we're used to living on campus. And we really should be more aware of ourselves. I mean, nowhere else can we just bike in front of people or run to the street and not be afraid of consequences.